This evening we have with us Bhante Dr. SIRI YASASSI MAHA THERA. Now Bhante is actually been based in KL Selangor for a long time. Bhante Ayagama SIRI YASASSI is the abbot and he resides at the Dhamma Vijaya Sati Vihara in Damansara. Bhante obtained his PhD from the University of Kelaniya in 2020. Then his MA, the Masters in Pali from the Buddhist and Pali University in Sri Lanka, and also had his first class honors from the University of Kelaniya for his BA. Since 2013, Bhante has been a lecturer at the Malaysian Buddhist Academy for Diploma and MA students in KL. He's also a visiting lecturer in Pali, in Sinhala and English for the University of Kelaniya since 2009. He has also written many research publications and is also very active in training for no-shit programs. So without much ado, I would like to invite Bhante to start this evening's Dhamma sharing, titled, Does Generosity Lead to Enlightenment? Bhante?
Namo Buddhaya. Good evening to all of you. I am very happy to be here today to share the Buddha's teachings with all of you. As Mr. Leslie mentioned, this is my first Dhamma talk in Buddhist Maha Vihara after COVID. Before that, I have been here a few times. So happy to see all of you even this late night, today full moon day. Your participation here shows that how thirsty for the Dhamma. Being thirsty for the Dhamma is very great quality. The first of all, we have to understand what is the Dhamma. What in our mind is the whole Tripitaka, the teachings of the Buddha. We think that we have to learn all these suttas and everything to realize. The Dhamma is actually not created by the Buddha. Dhamma was discovered by the Buddha. That means Dhamma means this universal system. How this universe and its associated beings process. This reality was discovered by the Buddha. How? Through insight wisdom. Through the insight wisdom. Before the Buddha and even contemporary to the Buddha, there were a number of religious leaders who have gained jhanas, developed or cultivated their mind up to the level of jhanas. Two teachers, ascetic Siddhartha, associated before his enlightenment was Alarakalama and Uddakarama. They were attained to the highest level of jhanas. That means training our mind up to the jhanas is not only from Buddhism. There are different kind of techniques that introduced by various teachers, you can train your mind up to the jhanas. So now, how Buddha's teaching differed from all those other teachings? The Buddha also, Sakyamuni Buddha also practiced his calm meditation methods or samatha meditation methods, and he also attained to the jhanas. Then from there onwards, the Buddha discovered through his wisdom the real system of this universe. Three characters: anicca, dukkha, anatta. Anicca, dukkha, anatta: impermanence, suffering, and non-self. This reality was not discovered by anyone before. Pubbe ananussutesu dhammesu, never heard before. So this reality discovered by the Buddha through the insight wisdom. Insight wisdom. So our effort, we practice Buddhism, we practice Dhamma with the purpose of opening our own wisdom to see this reality. Okay, some people have doubts. They have many doubts whether this one connect to the Buddhism, or is this one correct or that one correct. So many questions people ask. Why? So many doubts. Why? Because we don't really touch essence of Buddha's teaching. Essence of Buddha's teaching very clearly, theoretically and practically explain what the Buddha discovered or realized, and for that realization what we should follow, what is the path. Attainment of enlightenment, one thing is discovery of the reality of this universe. At the same time, what happened? All mental associated defilements fade away, absolutely faded away. These things, two things. Ascetic Siddhartha was meditating deeply. Throughout the night, then slowly his mind in the level of calmness, then reflect impermanence, suffering and non-self, insight wisdom open. At the same time, all kind of defilements faded away. Okay? So then wisdom arises. Wisdom arises to see what is really happening here in the world and within the beings. So now, in his first sermon, my great teacher, the Lord Buddha, explained what is Nibbana. Katamacha bhikkave dukkha nirodhaṃ ariya sacchaṃ. Yo tassa eva tanhāya asesa viraga nirodho chāgo patinissaggo mutti anālayo. Yo tassa eva tanhāya asesa viraga nirodho. Who is able to cease the craving remainderously, and chago, giving up, give up, patinissaggo, relinquished, mutti, release or free, anālayo, detach. Giving up, release and detach. This state itself called Nibbana. Who detach, who giving up, who free? Mind. Mental entities. Mental entities attach, fill with the craving, and mix with so many unnecessary thoughts. This is the Nibbana. Nibbana, ni means what? Ni is a preposition. Ni is a preposition, means absent, no, nothing, empty. Vana means what? Vana is the Pali word for craving. Nirvana means absolutely absence of craving. Okay, so in Pali we call Nirvana, it becomes Nibbana. In Sanskrit we call Nir. Nir is the preposition in Sanskrit, then Vana, Nirvana. Okay, many Chinese people go to Nirvana, right, after leave this life. So Nirvana or Nibbana is no craving. Okay, so today our Dhamma, the topic of Dhamma talk is, does generosity lead to enlightenment? Enlightenment here refer to the Nibbana. Okay. All right, so you all have experiences by giving. Even when you are very young, your parents encourage you to give. You have given many things in your life. You have practiced generosity. Always. Sometimes you give to poor people, sometimes you give to needy people, needy children, and also sometimes you offer to the monks, sometimes you make donation here and there for buildings, for fundraising, everywhere. isn't it? You are very generous. Chinese devotees, very generous. And other also same. Not only Chinese. People in the world, you see the European people also, they are very generous. Even very poor people in poor countries, they are generous, they practice generosity. Why they practice generosity? Why you practice generosity? You have to talk to your mind and reflect yourself. There are some reasons, as I have understood. The main reason, even we as the monks and the religious leaders, we advise people, okay, you practice generosity because you can go to heaven. You can gain many things in your life. You can enjoy the comforts in your life because of giving. Okay? So one and main reason of giving is we want something back. We want something back. Return. Therefore, maybe you don't want to reveal it, but inside there in a corner, when we give something, we have idea, because of this giving I will get something. You see, some people donate the things, if their name is not there, they worry. They donate, they make the donation, then next week also come, see the name, if disappear, they are worrying. And some people after give something, maybe to a temple or somewhere else, next month also go there and look around whether the thing that I have given is there or not. Isn't it? I am not talking about you. Some people, So we have a strong faith that the people who give, practice generosity, will born in heaven, or if in human world, will gain luxurious life. Okay? These are some ideas of giving. Okay? And also we give because some other people, maybe parents, maybe siblings, maybe relatives, maybe Dhamma friends, they force us to give. How force? One day send message, WhatsApp donation drive for whatever. You are silent. Then next day again send it. 1 week later again send it. Then you cannot escape from it. So you just transfer, quick transfer, and you release from that, influence. And sometimes we give because I know that person. For example, you know that monk. There is something going on. So you know him, monk or nun or maybe someone else, you know, that's why you think you want to support. Okay? What else? The reasons that circumstances that come around us to give away. Sometimes you have group of people, now there are many groups. Kalyana Mitta group, that group, this group. Okay, so many groups. It's good having the Dhamma friends all together for any reason, any purpose, for the good. So, because of motivation from the group, you practice giving. Can you remember how many times you are rejoiced by giving? Or you see, when you decide to give something, like now modernize everything, we have to consider concern about the current modern society and our mental process. We have to be very careful because dana offering also, offering to the Sangha, offering to the Buddha, it's not like last time. Last time people prepare the food, go to the temple, offer, stay in the temple, do some prayers. But now, just transfer money and thing all done. That means our actions for that meritorious deed is reduced. Not like last time. So we have to be careful and think ourselves how I should do this and what way we should do. Okay? So sometimes when we give something away, after that, before we give in, it is not now, even before, long time ago, Buddha's times also, people, same behavior, same attitude. Before we give, we think a lot, whether give or not, give or not. So many thoughts disturb us. Then finally we make our mind to give away. Then we give away. Then after giving, again we are worrying, thinking about that. Okay, these all mental process happening while we give away something. As I mentioned before, the reason, purpose, and also the way how we give. Okay, then sometime after giving, we worry about that. Before we give, we worry about that. So some people give away, I forgot to tell, that to make their own status. That means they want to show that they are giving something. They are generous. Sometimes collect from others. There are some people I have seen, because that's why I am talking the reality. Some people collect from others, then they give, and they show as they are generous. As I am generous, I collect from you all and I give. But that action is good. It's a collective action. It's a collective action. You encourage others to do such welfare, charity activities. Okay? But you are not giving. You are not giving. You collect from others and give. You show you are as a generous person to the society. Okay? So all these things happening. Now we come to the point. Yes, you have purpose of giving because you can gain, you can born in the heaven. The people today in this world, like you, okay, born to this human world because the power of giving and practicing good behavior in your previous lives. This is not a spontaneous life. This is not a life that you gain by chance. Gaining an human life is very, very, very rare opportunity. Uncountable beings born in the animal world, among hungry ghosts, in the hell. You know, animals today they born, tonight they are killed, slaughtered. Then again born in the animal world, again slaughtered. Suffering. So everywhere beings are suffering in other existences except heaven and human world. While uncountable beings born in other realms, how you came to this human life where beings are counted? Today in the world, 7.4 billion people. What is the power for you to come to this human world? Is the power of giving and good behavior in your previous lives. One day the Buddha was wandering with other monks for Dhamma sharing. At one point the Buddha stopped his journey and he took a full handful of sands with his one hand, one palm, and put into the nail of the other hand, one nail of the other hand. The lot of sands that he has taken fallen down. Little bit survived. Then the Buddha turned to Venerable Ananda and asked, Ananda, what do you think? The sands on the earth or sands on my nail bigger? The quantity. Which is the biggest quantity? Then Venerable Ananda said, my Lord, the sands on your nail cannot be said how a small quantity compared to the sands on the earth. Very, very little only on your nail. Then Buddha said, Ananda, even so, the beings born in other realms are similar to the sands on the earth compared to the beings in the human world, similar like sands on my nail. So the beings who get chance to become human beings are very, very rare opportunity. You have gained that power of karma. So, among the 7.4 billion people in the world today, you see how many people born into this world without physical conditions. Can't see the world, cannot talk, cannot hear, brains are not working properly, and cannot walk, disabled. Millions of people suffering lack of physical and mental conditions, even though they came into this human world. But how lucky you are. How lucky we are. We born with eyesight, we can hear, we can talk, we can walk, we can think. Physical and mental, all conditions with you. How? The power of good practice. 346 millions are blind in the world today. But how lucky we are. So among them, those who came to this human world, they gain all physical and mental conditions, but how many millions suffering lack of food today? They are suffering with starvation, no food, no cloth, no even single inch belongs to them from this earth to get a shelter their own. You have all these things. That is the power of karma, power of giving. Power of giving. If you did not practice giving, even now you are suffering with hunger. No shelter for you. You sleep on the road. You know, this universe, it has its own system. When we give something away, the things return to you. Things return to you. Either this life or after this life. Anyhow, the universal system is action and reaction. Action and reaction. So whatever you do, the things come to you. Maybe it will be doubled 100 times, 1,000 times, 100,000 times. Increase. You know. So, if you practice generosity, definitely the things will come to you. But now the issue, what is the clear way of practicing generosity and how it connects to our ultimate goal? If we don't know this, even though lifetime you give away something, you are not connecting with the ultimate goal. Can you remember just now I explained you what the Buddha said, what the Buddha defined, how the Buddha defined the Nibbana? Totally absence of craving. Totally absence of craving. So craving is the force that brings us into this circle of existence. Isn't it? Craving is the main force. Craving brings us life to life, give us suffering. We suffer because of craving. At the same time, craving give us, put us in this circle. So the Buddha clearly explained, absence of craving is the Nibbana. Then our actions, our practices, our involvements with the Dhamma, everything should be for what? For what? You go to temples, you listen to the Dhamma, you go for retreats, you go for charity, so many things, observe precepts and everything you do. You run here, there, up, down, country to country, finding what? Finding what? Dhamma. Isn't it? You follow here and there, finding Dhamma. But what you have to do is what? Your main focus should be for what? To? Can you tell me? Yes. Your each and every action, word and thought should be connected with the process which leads you to cease the craving. Cease the craving. Why? Absolute ceasing of the craving is the Nibbana. If you join with any activity to improve your proudness, your status, social status or whatever, you are craving for social status and your name, your label, then that activity is not connected with the main goal. Isn't it? If you give away something, as I mentioned before, with the purpose of gaining something, is it connected with Nibbana? No. This is the point that we have to reflect every time. You know, people misunderstood. So, you should not give away something with the wish of becoming heavenly being. Not with the wish of gaining comforts return to you. However, as I mentioned, this universal system itself return to you. The things will come to you. But giving generosity must be pure generosity. How? Pure generosity? That means this training, giving means what? You are giving something that you have. Hardly earned. You have savings. You have your maybe monthly salary or something. So you work hard and you earn. When you want to give away, don't just simply give away. Don't give away because other people force you. Why? That giving is not pure giving. In Abhidhamma, very clearly explain how our consciousness works, especially when we do wholesome things. Somanassa sahagata, ditthigata sampayutta, asankarika and sasankarika. There are two consciousness when we practice wholesome. There are 8, among them very, very powerful 2 consciousness. Somanasa sahagata means accompanied with the happiness. Ditthigata sampayutta means having wisdom about the karma and effects. Sasankarika means prompted. Asankarika means unprompted. The most powerful consciousness is the consciousness accompanied with happiness and having wisdom about karma and effects and unprompted consciousness. That means, okay, I see something, maybe beggar, maybe poor person, maybe another temple activity or something. I see it, suddenly come into my mind, I want to give. I want to offer something. Then after that, if your mind itself delay it, that means the consciousness become prompted. If straight away when you decided, then you practice it unprompted. Unprompted consciousness is the most powerful, wholesome consciousness. But it should be with the happiness and wisdom of karma and effect. Okay? So that's why when we give something, you should not give without happiness. Even though a small thing you give away with joy. Joy. Joyful thoughts, let joyful thoughts to occur. No matter how much you give. No matter how big the things or how small the things. But important is happiness. The second one, you should believe karma and effect. It means this is very good karma. Giving is a very good karma. Because I am helping others. I am supporting others. And the third one, if your mind or other people force you, still giving is there, you can give, I don't stop it, but to make it more powerful, so you decide yourself, is become very powerful. Okay, so do not expect anything when you give away. But universe will decide what to give you. The karmic field itself will decide. So giving is the way to reduce our craving. Okay, so now you have to be careful. Whatever generous practices are there, whether help you to reduce your craving or increase your craving. If any action, not only the generosity, that is why I say many people have doubts whether this is Buddhism or not. Very easy for you to decide. If any action not connected with reducing craving is not Buddhism. If any action connected with the reducing, ceasing the craving, it is Buddhism. It is what Buddha said. Okay? So therefore, now you see you cannot become monks, you cannot renounce, isn't it? You have so many duties, commitments. So still craving is there. Still our craving is strong. So generosity, why Bodhisattva use the Dana Paramita the perfection of giving as the very first perfection is the beginning part of the reducing craving and ceasing the craving. So Bodhisattva, you can see the Bodhisattva's story is slowly develop up to highest level. Even his own children can donate. Kingdom, wealth, everything can donate. So your mind empowered by the generosity, so that you can finally leave everything behind. That energy come to you starting from here. Okay? So Nibbana is ceasing, absolute ceasing of the craving. For that end, we start and connect our each generous practices to reduce the craving. Then you are walking on the path. Alright, I think that's enough for today.
I have one question.
Okay.
Just now you mentioned about at the point of giving, you need to have happiness. You need to understand the karma part of it. And finally, it's prompted or unprompted.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, sometimes when you give, the happiness automatically appears. But the fact that you are aware of karma, meaning you know there's going to be good benefits in this action, isn't that part of craving? Isn't that connected to craving? The fact that you know, when I give, I'm going to get something back automatically because it's a good karma. That's already
when we
juxtapose against each other.
Normally when we look at it, it looks like that. That means you know karma, you have awareness about the karma, therefore you are craving for that, therefore you are giving, is it?
Yeah, no. Because you know it's a good action. So of course when you give, happiness comes to you. What I'm trying to say is that karma part should be dropped off. Because then it's like, it's being attached to that actual action. Because I know I'm going to give, I'm going to receive automatically. The universe will bless me with something, right?
Here actually.
So maybe if it's just happiness in your mind and it's unprompted, that's enough. That's the best option, I will think. Because if you keep the thought of karma in my mind, when I give or when I do something good, I'm going to get something in return, that's already like an attachment to karma already.
No. This is actually the process of our consciousness. Okay, so that means it is not that we make ourselves like the mind. The consciousness itself occur. So what is happening there in Abhidhamma? It may, first part of Abhidhamma is the chapter of the mind or consciousness. Here explain what are the wholesome and unwholesome consciousness occur during our actions. Okay, before action, while action, and after action. So here ditthigata sampayutta means your awareness about the karma. That doesn't mean you are giving because of effects. Okay? The effects, action and effects is when we talk about the subject of the karma, we talk about the action and effects, right? But here, this ditthigata sampayutta means your wisdom about the karma. That means you know the karma, but it doesn't mean that you are craving for it. Because you should have that understanding. Unless you are not, the happiness cannot be there. You know, because these are connected together. Happiness come to you because you see that person, maybe for example, very poor person, you know, poor person, or maybe a dog, very hungry mood. So you see, why you happy giving? Because you know giving must be there. The giving come to in action because you know the karma. If you don't know karma, it doesn't come to the action. Is it clear?
A little. But I think it's more than that. I think other values like, karuna, mudita, upekka are also very important in the actual part of the giving, right? So because you're sympathetic to somebody or something, then when you actually give, you get happiness automatically. It comes because it's an inborn trait. I will think, like you are a compassionate person, and you see somebody else or something else, some animal that's suffering. You want to release that suffering from that person or that animal. So when you give, automatically you get happiness, and it's unsolicited. It means it's unprompted. So I think
these qualities also come to you, like karuna, mudita, sympathy, empathy. All these also come to you because of your awareness about the karma. Big karma here we should not describe as the karma of the results. This is the action. We also divide as good action, bad action, or wholesome, unwholesome. So this awareness is there. It is not the Buddhist explanation of the karma. It's the wisdom. It's a kind of wisdom about the action what you are doing. It is not something that we apply ourselves. Automatically occur here, the consciousness. It's the consciousness. If you say, I know, for example, you say, okay, I know if I give, I will get something. Therefore, I give. If come to that, the craving is there. Craving is there. But this Ditthigata Sampayutta in Abhidhamma, this specific point is about your awareness about the karma and effects. It means whole process. Therefore, you're happy about giving, unless you don't happy by giving. Yeah.
Thank you, Bhante.
Okay. Yeah, anything, brother?
Thank you. Thank you, Bhante. I have two questions for you. The first question is that if a person's main practice is generosity, where do they end up? I mean, in awareness of happiness and karma and also unprompted, do they end up in which part of the heaven? This is the first question. The second question is
Sorry, the first one I not clear.
So the first question is that if their main practice is generosity, a spiritual practice, awareing of the three principles of happiness, unprompted, and also awareness of the karma. So do they end up in the heaven rather than coming back as a human? So that's the first question. The second question is that if you are main practice is generosity, so giving to others, could that be a good practice, because that will allow you to be aware of suffering of others, aware of anicca and also non-self. There will be a simpler goal rather than the regular meditation and all that. These are for people who has less wisdom, because when they do a lot of dana, they would automatically develop the awareness of the three characteristics of human.
By generosity, no one can assume where you will be again Okay, not only generosity, even other practices. If you haven't cultivated your mind up to the either jhanas or attain to the stream, our next life unstable, unpredictable. You know, in Mahakamma Vibhanga Sutta, the Buddha said, when we die, 4 things can be happen. People who practice good things after death born in the hell. People who practice bad things after death born in the heaven. In the Mahakamma Vibhanga Sutta. So, the people who practice good after death born in heaven. People who practice bad after death born in hell. So, these 4 things can be happen due to the mostly the last thought. It doesn't mean that your good karma will not ripen. For example, you see even little babies die when come to human world. Sometime maybe it is not their place to stay. Because of previous life, the last thought they came to here, then being to the heaven or somewhere else for the proper place. So we cannot actually exactly tell what is happening, but when we die, this one we call Tihetuka Patisandhi. Tihetuka Patisandhi means the good karma that we have done with this kind of, together with this thought. What I say, Somanasa Sahagata, Dittigata Sampayutta, Sasankarika and Asankarika, these both consciousness. If the last moment this kind of meritorious deeds come into our mind, then possibility to born in 100% possibility to born in heaven or human world like this. We are the beings who born with this thought. The last thought of our last life is Somanasa Sahagata Dittigata Sampayutta Asankariko Sasankarika Chitta, consciousness. That is how we gain this complete life. Okay, it's another topic actually we need to discuss about this process. So however, a possibility is there, but no one can say exactly. Okay, the second question?
Second question is that instead of the complicated spiritual practice of meditation and all that, they just take action. The action is generosity. So the goal in their life is to help others and give. Would that be a easier practice and allowing them to realize anicca, dukkha and anatta? That's my question.
Actually, generosity, I wanted to explain you today how it connects to the enlightenment. That means we practice this dana, giving everything. We have to be aware about how it connects with the nibbana. But it doesn't mean by giving only you can attain to the nibbana. You have to practice meditation. That's why I said Buddhism differed from other religious teachings because of insight wisdom. Insight wisdom. Insight wisdom you gain by training. The meditation must connect with looking for the insight wisdom. Okay? So, all we go together. We practice generosity, we practice meditation, we go together. If you can open your wisdom within this very life, then you are safe. Our samsaric journey is safe.
What his question was, I think, is there a shortcut way to attain enlightenment?
Oh,
So just practice dana alone instead of doing meditation?
There are shortcuts. shortcuts. There are some people that came to Buddha, like they just listen only one word, one stanza, quickly attain to the enlightenment, arahantship. That means the person has his or her own conditions, train themselves for a long time, suddenly kick the point, then open the wisdom. So it can be happen for anyone. We cannot exactly say who can open the wisdom, but suddenly maybe in your lives you have facing so many troubles, problems, family problems, business problems, so many problems. So such a moment can be totally change your life. So even the wisdom can open at the same time. It's depend on your training. It's not applicable for everyone. Ananda, Venerable Ananda was the Dhamma treasurer, attendant of the Buddha, but even passing away of the Buddha, after the passing away of the Buddha only he attained to the enlightenment. So it's depend on the person's condition. Yeah, sister.
Bhante, the Buddha was saying this in the first sutta. He was saying about the tanha, the kama tanha, bhava tanha, and vibhava tanha. I think bhava tanha and vibhava tanha we can reflect, but kama tanha I think is difficult because while we are alive, you see, we even crave for food. If we don't crave for food, we die. So I think realizing nibbana is only possible when we are dying. Is it correct? Or we can realize nibbana while we are alive? Thank you.
Nibbana is absence of craving, isn't it? So when we die, there is no system to purify your mind itself. So Nibbana, there are two types of Nibbana. One is called Sopadisesa, the other one is Nirupadisesa. Sopadisesa Nibbana, one who attains to Sopadisesa Nibbana only can automatically attain to the Nirupadisesa Nibbana. Sopadisesa Nibbana means totally free from craving while you are alive. Okay? If you can, it means your body, your physical body, you are eating, you are going here and there, everything you are doing, but totally your mind free from craving. So when we die, even this physical body disappear. That means disappear means physical body connect with the elements, then no more life, no more composition of life again. So, but for that you have to attain while you are alive. This one we are going to discuss, I think, next week further, because you are involving with so many duties, commitments. So that one we are going to discuss next week for our Dhamma talk. Yeah.
Bhante, thank you so much. It was you made us understand the generosity in a very simple way. This makes me remember one of the sayings of His Holiness Dalai Lama. He says that the moment you are non-transactional and unconditional, that is the first effort you have made to be a human. So the last 10 days I spent in Sri Lanka, I understood how people, the Katinamase, I could see how people were contributing unconditionally and the kind of service they were doing. And I was in Gampa, where they used to go on the caves, they used to walk so much, and people did different volunteering services. and there were a lot of the drivers which they were not able to go, and they had to take care of the transport, logistics, everything. So my question is like, there are some times where you may not be able to do volunteering or being extra generosity, the generosity where you'll not be able to totally do it with compassion. Like, is it way of doing it in different ways? It's not just a monetary thing. Is it okay to simply do it whatever best you can do? One of the examples is like, there were a lot of people, so I'm a doctor, so we had gone there for service, and we didn't have enough time to do the kind of volunteering which they exactly wanted. So we were able to do it in a monetary way, but their expectation was something different. So does it still accumulate, or that it still gets into the kind of generosity?
That means you don't have enough time for the voluntary works. You just make some donations. Then whether it is connected with the Nibbana or...
Yes, exactly.
Yes. But as I mentioned, it should be pure intention.
True.
Pure intention and joy.
Yeah.
Joy is very important.
True.
Then it is connected.
True.
But today I wanted to highlight that when you give, you have to reflect whether this is to reduce your craving or not. That means you are earning, your own wealth. When you give away, whether you are reducing your craving for that, at least a part. Because you cannot give everything, right? You give only some. When you give that sum, then you have to totally give up it. We don't look what will happen after that. We don't care much. But you have to be wise. Okay, now there are so many things. Giving with the wisdom is also very important. So, if you give anything, maybe in front of your clinic, someone asking for some food, you give something you enjoy, it is giving because you are happy. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Thanks.
Bhante, rejoice is also one of the people get happy, right? People do dana, we rejoice. So we used to receive so many people have donate and they show off. I don't know whether it's called show off, to show you what they have been donated, and every time they donate, they show. Do you think it's necessary?
This is...
See, ideally, maybe they mean for you to rejoice. Yes, everybody puts sadhu, something like that.
Yeah.
But if it's too much bomb up, each time you do and each time you send, do you think it's necessary?
Yeah.
I don't do it myself, but I'm saying we are receiving like that.
Yeah, this is what we have to deeply concern, especially maybe the person who share with others, she or he has some kind of thoughts that encourage other people to practice generosity. Maybe some people just to show their generosity, that I am giving, I am doing this and that. So with this modern technology, there are so many things happening. We cannot exactly define what is the reason behind. However, how we decide ourselves. Okay, how we decide ourselves is whether I am happy with the giving, and how I rejoice with the giving, and whether this practice of generosity help me to reduce my craving. That's the most important part. What other people doing is we don't know really what the reason behind, so we cannot say anything. If idea is to encourage other people for generosity, is considered good, because Bodhisattva also in his previous life shows us that he did the things together with other people. It's encouragement for others. There are some people, they know religion, they don't do any good action, but they say I don't do bad, but they don't cultivate good. So for such people, this kind of encouragement also can be helped. That means we are monks, we are preaching Dhamma, helping people to know the Dhamma. But from your side also, there are many ways that you can share the Dhamma. Giving the Dhamma is the highest giving. Highest giving. So when you go for any other activities, you can share with your friends and show them little bit, so that is encouragement, is giving Dhamma. And you see how you came to know the Dhamma. There may be some points that touch your heart. Sometimes you go makan with friends, just speak little bit about Dhamma in however, maybe one person will come to know about that. Okay. So no specific comment for that.